new lines, new spark plug, plus also cleaning the exhaust out. Hopefully this thing will start up and actually run pretty decent, because I really need to get using this on the job. It'd just be nice to have a piece of equipment that would, another piece of equipment that would work. But here, let's work on the other stuff that we got. Let's see. Fuel filter. We'll just set this thing aside. It's always good to have a clean workstation. Of course, for me, I don't have that because I just like being messy. Now, in situations like this, I would just cut some of the old crap out. As you can see, this is the old fuel filter. It's all kind of corroded and also discolored. Now with this, it does have a little kind of locking pin on it. We'll keep that pin just in case, because we're going to have to use that for the new line. Now all you do is you just get your bulk line like this. You can pretty much, you can get this stuff. You can either get Echo line, or they pretty much just gave me a steel hose line, so which is pretty much just going to work the same way. Here's a new fuel filter. It's all nice and clean, brand newish. Now instead of just using like this little metal pin, little metal like washer, clip, or whatever it is, I'm just going to use a plain old plastic zip tie. Nothing wrong with them. They work well. Plus, also I don't have to mess around with anything. All I need is a really good pair of wire snips to snip it off. No. Cable tie is just going to make sure that the fuel filter stays on. And then just take the pair of nippers and just nip off the little piece. Now, one way of doing this without having to mess with trying to fish it in, just do this. There you go. And that's one part of the hose that's done. Next is is going to be the actual vent for the gas tank. Vent for the tank. Now I still have the vent right here. Of course, I got the new grommet right here, so we're just gonna kind of guesstimate on this. And that's actually going to be the new vent. I always remember from the last time we tried reinserting stuff back into grommets, is put a little bit of liquid wrench at the end of the piece. It makes slipping these things in a lot easier. Once you get it started a little bit, all you gotta do is just get a pair of pliers and just pull it through. There you go. That's the gas line. And then we will have tank vent. Do the same thing like we did before. Rub a little bit of liquid wrench on it. Take the tank vent piece, stick it on there. Not really necessary to actually install, of having to put anything else into it. And of course then you got this other piece of hose, which is actually going to go to the other side of the carb. Now this is actually going to be the line that goes to the primer. We just want to make sure that's all in there nice and tight. And we just slowly fit this new grommet in. Now, if you get a little bit of problems getting this thing in, you can always use a screwdriver for some persuasion. But always remember, don't want to pierce a hole in the grommet. Well, we'll just worry about that later. But as you can see, this is pretty much, we're pretty much a good portion of the way there. Just have a little bit more to go, and put the carburetor on, put the air filter cover back on, put the muffler back on, put the cover plate back on, and we should be able to get this thing gassed up and see what happens. You all have a good one, YouTubers.